Students, welcome to our history class. In this video, we will revise our chapter 1 and 2 of history and chapter 1 of civics. The portion for your class test, which is conducted on 22nd of July, upcoming Wednesday, is history. You have chapter 1, sources of history, and chapter 2, Europe and India. And civics, you have chapter 1, introduction to the parliamentary system. In this video, we will quickly revise all these three chapters, all the important points. I request all of you to please watch this video again and again and get your concepts clear, and based on this video you will be asked question in the test which is conducted on 22nd of July. Let's continue with the chapter 1, sources of history. Now, all of you have known the meaning of sources of history. Sources means history is based on authentic evidence proof, which are known as sources of history. The sources of history means evidence or proofs based on which the history is written. That is called as what? Sources of history. Now there are three main types of history. First is material source, written source, and oral source. These are examples of the sources of history. The sources of history means evidence or proofs based on which the scientists and historians must have written history for us. Material source. All the objects like monuments, forts, coins, statues, buildings, museum are examples of material source. Now material means anything, any object. So all the monuments, forts, coins which were then used by the Britishers, by the people in the ancient India are termed as a material source. Example is the Aga Khan Palace in Pune gives information about the life of Mahatma Gandhi. So these becomes monuments or statues or forts become a source of inspiration or proofs for us to write or to get, that is called as a material source. Next is written source. All the sources which are found in written form are called as written source. For example, newspapers, periodical means the calendars. Nowadays we have calendars. Those days it was called as the periodicals. Biographies is when the lot of people who wrote among other people, life of other people were called as biographies. Factory records. During those days, lot of factories were there. So all the records, export, import, consisted in the written format is called as factory records. All these sources or proofs which were found in the written form were called as the written sources. And third is oral sources. They include folk songs, folk tales, povadas, and interviews. Folk song and folk tales means various types of songs and poems which were sung during those days in the modern history is called as the oral sources. Povadas are short poems, and interviews are a conversation between two people is called as interviews. So these are the examples of the sources of history which were used in the modern India. This is how forts, newspapers, coins, povadas became an example of sources of history. Now there were a lot of other video, audio and audio-visual sources of history also. Now since we are learning in its 8th standard history about a modern history, we will definitely come across such type of modern sources of history. During modern period, there were development in technology. Therefore, photographs, records and films were used as modern source of history. Now, since technology was developed, science was developed, lot of photographs and films which are useful today as a source of history. All of us know what are photographs. They consist of photographs of various people. It could be Mahatma Gandhi, Tatya Tope, Rani Lakshmibai, etc. became an example for the people to understand who were the historians who fought for us against the Britishers. And recordings. Recordings, all of us know what is an audio source. Audio source is something that you can only hear. For example, the radio. You can hear what is going on. So such type of things are called as recording. So radio was used to record the speeches of Subhash Chandra Bose, which became an audio source for the modern history. So this became an inspiration or example of the modern sources of history, which are photographs, recording, films, etc. Films are considered as a unique discovery of modern technology. You know what is films? Films are movies. So through the movies, lot of movies will find on internet, on YouTube, which are based on the ancient history. All documentaries, small movies are made. Okay, and among them, Dada Saheb Phalke laid the foundation of Indian film industry. Today, you are able to watch number of Indian movies, Bollywood movies, and the reason behind them is Dada Saheb Phalke, because he was one who laid the foundation, who started the Indian film industry. I hope chapter 1 is clear to you. Moving on to our chapter 2, Europe and India. Now, very important thing to remember is something called as period of Renaissance. Always remember the word Renaissance stands for change, revival, change from bad to good, reformation. Change means everything was completely changed. Now, this change took place in Europe in the phase of 13th century to 16th century is known as period of Renaissance. That means from 13th century to 16th century, lot of reformation, lot of change took place in the country of Europe. That period is called as period of Renaissance. Now, whatever change took place in the country of Europe had adverse effect on the country of India, because Europe were the Britishers who were ruling the country of India. So whatever happened in the country of India automatically had effect on the country of India. Therefore, the topic is named as Europe and India. Renaissance means change, revival, change from bad to good. Everything was changed. Whatever was bad in society of Europe was changed to good. That is called as Renaissance. In the field, now change took field of art, architecture, philosophy. That means you can see over here, beautiful art was done, drawings, paintings was done during the time of Renaissance. That is called as field of art and architecture. Man became central point of ideologies. Humanitarianism gained importance. That means man got more important during the time of Renaissance. You will see various drawings and paintings, painting of Mona Lisa. Number of paintings were done which focused mainly on the man. Lot of human being figures were drawn. Why? Because man became center of attraction. Lot of things, everything changed in the concept of man. Therefore, the topic was called as humanitarianism. Among them, one of the famous personality or the famous painter, Leonardo da Vinci, is recognized as an all-round personality of Renaissance. Among the Renaissance, when the change took place, this person, Leonardo da Vinci, is considered as one of the greatest and famous painter among the period of Renaissance. And as I told you, lot of changes took place. Renaissance means change, and among them, Johannes Gutenberg discovered printing press in Germany. What is printing press? A lot of printing machines are there, Xerox machines were there, which were not there earlier. And among them, Johannes Gutenberg discovered the first printing press in Germany. Now, a lot of revolution took place. The period from 18th to 19th century is known as Age of Revolution. Revolution against is change from bad to good. American War of Independence. England had set up 13 colonies in America. Now that time England was ruling the 13 places in America. Colonies means a group of people staying together. An area. So in America, 13 areas were ruled by the country of England, the Britishers, which was not acceptable by the Americans. Americans, under the leadership of George Washington, led a war against America, and they won the war against England, and this is known as American War of Independence. And since then, America is known as United States of America. Next is French Revolution. French Revolution gives idea of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Liberty is respect. Fraternity is respect for others. Liberty means you are free to do what you want to do, and equality is equal in terms of girl, boys, men, poor, rich, poor, etc. Industrial Revolution, age of machines began. It is known as Industrial Revolution. As I told you, revolution means change. Everything was changed. A lot of machines came to be used in the country of England. It is known as Industrial Revolutions. Age of machines, when machines came to be used, it is called as Industrial Revolution. Let us understand the various concepts. Concept of capitalism. Due to increase in trade, increase in wealth and money is called as capitalism. More profit. Capitalism in history means money. More money. As I told you, England had lot of machines. Because of machines came up, production of material increased. Lot of trade, import export was started, and people in Europe became richer. That is called as capitalism. To become rich is called as capitalism. People of England became richer because their trade was increased. That is called as capitalism. Next is colonialism. Colonialism means one country exploiting another country. England became richer because they were rich. They were trying to exploit or rule another country. That is called as colonialism. Imperialism is a system in which powerful country controls another countries by establishing overall domination. That means imperialism means a system. Means England, as I told you, became very rich. They became very rich, and since they were rich, they became powerful country, and they were ruling a number of other countries in the world, one of which was England. Domination means to rule someone is called as domination. Now, Carnatic Wars. There were three important wars fought between England and France for the purpose of trade in India. That means they wanted to have trade at the same time in the country of India, England and France. They had to had a fight, and this fight or this war is called as Carnatic War, and there were three Carnatic wars fought between England and France. Now, England slowly and gradually started to have foundation or ruled the various number of states in India, and these were the three important states through which England started to rule first. First is Bengal. When Britishers came to India, they had to first fight with a person called as Siraj-ud-Dawla, who was then the king of Bengal. They had a fight between these people, and British laid the foundation in Bengal. Next is Mysore. Tipu Sultan, who was son of Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali was the father of Tipu Sultan, and again Tipu Sultan and Britishers had a fight among themselves. Ultimately, they lost the battle, and British captured Mysore. Punjab, there were a lot of Anglo-Sikh. Anglo means British and Sikh war that took place between Punjab and Britishers. Ultimately, they lost the battle, and Britishers captured the state of Punjab. That means these three important states, Bengal, Mysore and Punjab, were able to capture by the Britishers initially. Moving on to our chapter first of civics, introduction to the parliamentary system. Now, there are important three branches of system of government. First is legislature is to make laws, executive is to implement laws, and judiciary is to provide justice. Legislature means all the rules and laws are made by these people is called as legislature. Executive means to implement laws. For example, the people who actually make the citizens of the country who follow rules and laws are called as the executive. And judiciary is when rules and laws which are made by the legislature, which are not followed or not given by the executive, then you go to justice. Justice is court. So, this is called as legislature to make laws, executive to implement laws, and judiciary is to provide justice. These are the three important branches of the government. Now, there are two main important types of government. First is parliamentary government, and next is the presidential government. All over the world, only these two types of systems are followed. A parliamentary system is which India follows parliamentary system. That means it consists of president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. President is the head of the country, but Prime Minister actually runs the country. The head of the country is the president, but Prime Minister along with Council of Ministers, various ministers, mantris actually runs the country. And to appoint Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, election takes place after every 5 years. And parliamentary system is known as a responsible system of government. Parliamentary system means what? Where there is president, there is Prime Minister, and Council of Ministers is called as the parliamentary system. And next is presidential system. In this, president is the only head of the country. He runs the entire country. We don't have Prime Minister, we don't have Council Ministers, but only the president runs the entire country. USA, America is the country in the world which follows presidential system. Please watch the video and solve the assignment, and this is the portion for your class test on Wednesday.